You open Claude or ChatGPT and you type in, write me a sales email or write me an incredible welcome sequence for our subscribers. And what comes out looks professional. It sounds okay, but it doesn't work. Open rates flat, conversions flat, and it reads like every other AI email on the internet. In this video, I'm going to show you why your AI prompts produce generic output, even when the prompt looks great. And I'm going to show you a workflow that's going to completely change that for you. Same AI, same questions, two completely different outputs. And what I'm going to show you is going to have you rethinking every single AI prompt you've ever written. Now, in this video, I'm using the example of writing email copy and email marketing, but this works for anything. And when you ask Claude or ChatGPT, in my example, to write me an email, even if you give it a tone, a persona, a target audience, it's still pulling from the exact same source, patterns on the internet. And in my example, what does email copywriting look like on the internet? 100 million bad emails, corporate newsletters, spam, templates. Hi, first name. I hope this email finds you well. That's what AI has been trained on. So the ratio of genuinely terrible emails compared to expert written email copy is like 1,000 to 1. So when you ask it to write you an email, it's not giving you expert copy from Gary Halbert or David Ogilvy or copy written by Alex Hormozi or even storytelling from Chaperon. It's giving you average emails which produces forgettable AI slop. Now, here's the thing. It's not the prompt. It's actually what the AI actually has access to. So let me show you. Okay, here we are in Claude, and what I'm going to do first is we're going to do a generic prompt for email copy. Now, the prompt I'm going to go with is this one, and we're going to be using the Sonnet 4.6 model here. And this isn't just a write me an email prompt. We are giving it detail. We are giving it context. We're giving it what we want. So you are an expert email copywriter. Every prompt tip you probably read out there tells you should go with a line like that first. Act like this person, do this, or tell the AI exactly who they are, which isn't bad advice, but it does give generic AI slop responses, as we're going to see. You understand direct response, persuasion, and conversion optimization. You write emails that get opened, read, and acted on. And then we've given it some specifics of what we want to see, but also as well, we've given it a specific email to write. So this isn't a random broad email. I run an online course teaching business owners how to use AI. Someone just signed up for my email list. Write me the first email in the welcome sequence. So we are giving it a very specific type of email to write. So here's what it's actually coming up with. So let's take a look through this. And again, we can see straight away from the subject line, you're in, here's what happens next. And then the first sort of opening here, hey, first name, welcome, genuinely glad you're here. I mean, that's AI slop, isn't it? I mean, that one line's probably been written about 1 million times on Google. I started this because I watched smart, capable business owners waste money being overwhelmed by AI instead of actually using it. They'd read threads, watch YouTube videos, try a few prompts, and still feel like they were missing something. They weren't missing intelligence, they were missing a framework. I mean, it's not terrible. This isn't a terrible email. And in fact, the output from this is okay. I mean, if you copied and pasted this into any of your email autoresponders, if you're using it for this, it's probably not going to get any complaints. But when you actually read this, you're not going to remember it. I mean, I've already forgotten what that first paragraph that I read there actually said. So you're not going to remember this stuff. It's a forgettable email. And as you can see down here, there is some notes on how it's written this. So here's your email one, a few notes on copy decisions. You're in, here's what happens next, works because it confirms the action they just took and creates a natural pull to open. No clickbait, no pressure, okay? The open, short, warm, human, genuinely glad you're here lands better than welcome to the community, which reads like an autoresponder. I mean, I'd say both of them read like an autoresponder. The origin story, one short paragraph on why you built this. Again, one thing to point out here, it's built an origin story for me without knowing what my origin story actually is. I mean, technically, what it probably should have done is ask me a question to say, I'm going to include an origin story. Have you got any anecdotes I can include? Any actual fact that I can put in there? But it hasn't. It's just written a random thing. Now, in this example, this is email copy that I would want to send to my audience. So I want this to be the best it could possibly be. And not just that, I want something that my audience generally feels something about and that they don't just forget in the next sort of 5 minutes. So what if, instead of asking AI to write like a great copywriter, what if you could give AI access to great copywriters? Forget a prompt that says, act like this person, or I want you to use these types of techniques. I'm talking about the actual experts. Alex Hormozi on why email delivers 35 to 45 times ROI. Harry Dry on the 3 rules every sentence must pass. Chaperon on how to write emails like a TV series with cliffhangers, making people want the next email. Or Jesse Forrest on which words within a subject line generate a 65% open rate on 21 billion emails sent. I've got them all in one place. Hours and hours of expert email copywriting knowledge, all searchable, all summarized, and all connected directly in Claude. Let me show you how this works. Now, before we actually dive into Claude again and actually produce a second prompt, which is going to get us way better results, we need to give our AI knowledge. And I want to introduce you to a tool called Sumify. Sumify allows us to give Claude, ChatGPT, specialist knowledge on anything we want. Now, within Sumify, you have a pod section. And as you can see, I've got a ton of pods here on lots of different things, lots of different subjects. And I've got this one here, email marketing and copywriting. This is a pod with over 6 hours of content within it from experts. So we have Chaperon in here. We've got Jesse Forrest in here. We've got David Perel in here, and again, Harry Dry. And we've also got Alex Hormozi in here. And every single piece of content that I've put in here is all about improving email copy, improving open rates, improving conversion rates, all focused on email. So this content can really help us drive and write better content. Now, once you've created a pod inside of Sumify, like I've got here, so I now have my email marketing and copywriting pod. If I head over to Claude, I can now ask Claude to access this particular pod. So if I pull Claude into view here and I copy and paste in this prompt now, so what I'm asking it to do is essentially query the email marketing and copywriting pod via Sumify MCP. Now, if you don't know what this means, you don't really need to know. Inside of Sumify, and I'll open it back up while it's running that, you will see as you scroll down, you can connect your Sumify account to anywhere. So you can connect it to Claude like I've done, or ChatGPT or Claude Code, or even one of your agents. And once you've connected it, and there's instructions on how you do it in here, you basically open up your AI tool of choice to every single pod you create and add content to in here. So when we go back to Claude here, as you can see, we can see it's working in Sumify here. It's synthesizing frameworks to craft a welcome email opening. Now, in relation to the prop pod, it's the same thing I'm asking for. I've just written it slightly differently because of the actual workflow I'm using here. So query the email marketing and copywriting pod via Sumify MCP. Start with get pod brief to load the frameworks and expert playbooks, then use search content for specific techniques. Context, I run an online course teaching business owners how to use AI. The same thing we said before. Someone had just signed up for my list. I need the first welcome email. Using only the grounded knowledge in this pod, write me that first email. I want it to, and then I've got a load of things I want it to focus on in here. And then let's take a look at what it's actually doing. So it's gone through the pod. So we can see when we drop this down, as you can see here, it's gone all the way through the pods. It's found my pod here. And then once it's done that, now let me pull specific techniques with targeted searches. So what AI can actually do with Sumify is it's searching through all of that content. All of the content that you add into your pod gets embedded. Now, if you don't know what that means, again, you don't have to worry. It just makes it super easy for AI to semantically search all of the content. It's not just looking at transcripts. It's able to search for specifics across the actual pod. So if we drop this one down here, we can see batch search content. Excellent. I have rich grounded knowledge from the pod. Let me also get more details on the subject line, science, and Harry Dry's rules. Now, here we go. Framework decisions. It's showing how it's done things. Structure, problem, agitate, solution from Tyson 4D. That's one of the videos in my pod. But adapted for a welcome email. The problem is they signed up because they want to use AI in their business, but don't know where to start. So you can already see here, without me even reading the response yet, that it's actually basing everything on grounded expert knowledge. Now, when we actually look at what it's produced, let's take a look here. So welcome email number 1, AI for business owners, is based off of 6 expert sources, 7 frameworks, and concrete data. Now, it's basically giving you what it's based stuff on. So we've got the framework is based on that problem, agitate, solution. We've got a edit filter based on Harry Dry's 3 rules. So it's going to go through the email and edit it based off of those rules. We've got a hook based off of Andre Chaperon's open loop. And then we've got a subject line science from Jesse Forrest. So as you can see here, your AI upgrade starts here. So this isn't a welcome to my email, welcome to our list. One of those dry, broad subject lines that we saw before. We've got a your AI upgrade starts here. And again, Jesse upgrade, 65% open rate based off of the word upgrade. So we've included that. The AI's included that. That's genius. Hey, first name, you just joined 847 business owners who got tired of watching AI transform every industry except theirs. Now, obviously, it's made that number up, but if this was for my list, I'm switching out that number to whatever that number is on my list. Again, it's explaining why 847 business owners is a concrete image. Here's the honest truth. Most AI courses teach you to use the tools. I'm going to teach you to think like the tools. Again, this is agitate, belief disruption, Harry Dry rule 2, falsely viable, use the tools vs think like the tools. Again, the copy's great. Last Tuesday, one of my students, a therapist running a group practice, used a single AI prompt to write 6 months of email newsletters. Now, of course, what that's done, it's made up. I can't use that within my actual email. But what it's given me there is it's given me a framework to insert an actual case study, because that's what matters in this email. That is what somebody reading this email is going to care about, not about this origin story that, again, was made up on the previous email. That's the kind of result you're here for, exactly what I was just saying. Over the next few weeks, you'll get 1 AI skill per email. No fluff, no theory, just a tool you can use. You can open on a Tuesday afternoon and use before dinner. So again, we got open hooks here. Now, before email number 2 arrives, I need to tell you about the biggest mistake I see business owners make when they start using AI. It's not the one you're thinking of. More on that tomorrow. That is using Andre Chaperon's autoresponder madness, which is incredible. It's probably over a decade old, but an incredible course. It's a cliffhanger, and this is it's added at the end of that email. So again, as you're reading that, and it's a much shorter email than the one before as well, it's taken lessons on that. You're then thinking, well, I want to know what that biggest mistake is, and you're going to look out for that email tomorrow. Now, the comparison between this and that previous email is absolutely ridiculous. Now, what I've shown you here today doesn't just apply to email. This applies to anything you are asking from AI, whether it be ad strategies, business strategies, video script copy, sales copy, whatever it may be. If you need serious specialized output, you're going to get generic slop just by asking AI. If it doesn't have knowledge it can pull from, you're going to get the most basic average output that everyone else is getting. The fix is giving your AI the actual expertise before you even ask a question. Every prompt from now on gets backed by real experts in the field, not from millions of average examples on the internet. So if you want to try this for yourself, there's a link in the description to Summify, which is the tool I've used in this video. Now you can start for free, and there's 2 ways you can do this. Firstly, once you've signed up, you can create a pod on whatever you want. You can create multiple pods. So think of a skill you use every day, something that you need really specialized output on. Go and create a pod, add the experts, add the content, the podcast, whatever it may be, into that pod. Connect it to Claude, connect it to ChatGPT, and start prompting, and you'll see the difference right away. It'll take you about 5 minutes. Or if you're lazy and you want to shortcut this, the email marketing and copywriting pod that I've used in this video, I've made available for you to use in your account. And you can do it in 1 click. You can head over to our Summify pods page, select the email copywriting pod. There's tons more on there you can use as well. And you can add it to your account in 1 click. connect Claude, ChatGPT, and you have an email copywriting expert knowledge pod ready to go right away. So go and check that out now, and you'll see the difference in your prompting right away. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I really appreciate it if you hit subscribe or like if you got value out of this. If you've got any questions, fire them into the comments. I read and respond to every single one. And again, I'll see you in the next video.